Okay, y'all, here's the question. It's only a question. I'm not going to give my response or answer today, but I want you all to meditate on this. And it has to do with aeroplanes. Two words, air and plane. And if we're all familiar with the idea that airplanes aren't running on fuel that comes out of dinosaur bones, produced oil that then they provided, that's silly. Okay, here's the question. Might airplanes be using helium? Okay, compressed air, compressed ether, helium. When someone puts helium into their lungs, their voice gets really high. Would that be a less dense version? So if rather than putting a solid or a liquid, they could put a gas in an airplane? Because you say gas it up, right? They got funny cars. What are they using? They're using a more refined fuel. And as the fuel becomes more refined, it goes from solid to liquid to gas. So if we find oil, it's a dark crude oil. It's thick, it's viscous, and then they refine it and it becomes orangish yellow, then it becomes almost white, and the density changes. But if we turn that into something less dense, wouldn't we? This is just a question. So if you put helium in a plane, wouldn't it just float? I mean, haven't they told you? You could look this up. There's not a lot of helium. They said that there's only so much helium in the environment left, that they don't know why they wasted on helium balloons. This is a fact that we've been told. I mean, it's not a fact. It's just what we've been told, that helium is just used in balloons. Clowns hold on to it, but there's not so much of it. Because where did it come from? Where's it going? Where we can find where can we find that? Is it in the upper reaches and layers of our realm? If I can use these ideas, so the viscosity or liquidness or liquid, what you find is the density of something changes from solid to liquid to gas. And even within those realms, you can find things that are more dense or hard. Like if you fell and hit your head on concrete, that might hurt you. If you hit your head on something that was solid but a little softer, there's things that are, and if you found liquid, that some liquid is very, like, you can't go to the bottom of the sea, it's very dense there, yes, but at the top of the sea it's a little less. And if you can see it, if you're in the oxygen rich environment around you, you'll find that the density, well, if you go up in the mountains, it's hard to breathe because the oxygen is less dense. So if we use the idea of helium, what if they're putting I'm just asking. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I mean, I'm already certain that they're not putting fuel in the sense that we see petroleum, because petrol, like, I'm not going to get into that far into the etymology of it, but the density is what I'm getting at. So the density of the liquid or the solid or the air, I guess you'd call it. The thing that looks like, hey, it's just there. I can breathe like this, or I can swim like this, or the density of a solid object. You see, there's a differentiation. And so maybe Tesla was talking about 3, 6s, and 9s in the three realms, which are solid, liquid, and gas. And in each of the realms, there is the what would you call it? The bigger, the better, the best. The solid. I think there's something there. It's just a question. And I'll go deeper on this tomorrow and give you maybe not an answer, but just a further analog to what I'm trying to get at here. Enjoy this, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.